Okay, everybody, this is Sean B. Bradley. I'm at the Loman Auto Group. They are in Woodbridge, New Jersey, and this is rare because I usually am all over the country, so I got to train a local dealership. But your dynamics here, everybody, is a little bit different because you are now an independent dealership, meaning you don't have a franchise. So the predominant aspect of your business is going to be used cars and special finance, bad credit customers. Miguel, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so right now, Jack, how many leads is the dealership getting right now?
We're averaging somewhere around 22 to 2,300 a month.
Okay, so this independent dealership is getting 22 to 2,300 leads a month, and what would you say the percentage of it is bad credit leads?
85%.
Okay, so 85, and everybody knows me and my background is that I was a special finance manager, and I have a background in special finance. But as it relates to special finance online, I built years ago, which we're talking about with DeSantis, the Bad Credit So What website, and which was really big back in the day around here in Jersey. And I want to just go over in our books, and this is basically for my group here, when you go back to Automotive Internet Sales, we're just talking about the fears that special finance prospects have. The first thing that I said that I want to remind everybody is that I don't want to hear ever the words, rat, bogue, mooch, anything negative or derogatory. I even work with Russians that used to call them terekans. Terekan is cockroach in Russian. So no terekans either. No negative verbiage whatsoever with these people. And the reason why is just to reinforce, you don't know if somebody had a travesty in their family, somebody's got a disease, someone passed away. You don't know what somebody's circumstances are, and we've got to respect these people. First and foremost, like I want to remind you, if somebody's putting money into your pocket and your family's bank accounts, we should always respect and thank them, be humble and grateful for the opportunity to have a living off of these people. Yes or no?
Yes.
Louder so they can hear on video.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. There you go, girl. She gets the enthusiasm award. All right, the next thing is this. Going through the fears. First thing that we talked about, can we read the list?
Embarrassed.
Embarrassment. If you've got bad credit, and I've been there, I went from, when I got divorced, I was at Pine Belt, so Sean would even let you know this. Chris Rosani spotted me. I bought a Lexus, and my ex-wife wasn't paying the insurance because we split. She was keeping all the insurance money. I got into an accident, totaled the car. I took over 10G loss on it. And so I couldn't just keep it up. So I voluntarily surrendered the Lexus. So you're looking at somebody, you know where I'm at right now in life financially, and I'm doing pretty well. But I went from being $50,000 in debt with, various stuff from student loans to the voluntary surrender, the repossession of the Lexus, to medical bills, to all sorts of stupid shit that I had. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I've been there. I'm not just talking from, a trainer perspective. I'm talking for somebody that had bad credit in my background. Right now, I just bought the Beamer. I'm a 760, so I have a good credit score. So I understand both perspectives. And one of the biggest things that we find when we do our surveys is embarrassment. Special finance prospects or customers are embarrassed with their credit situation. It's not something proud that you want to be able to say, look, I got my lights turned off, I've got a repossession, I've got this, I've got that. So you got to be cognizant that this is sensitive subject matter, especially if you're a proud woman or proud man. You don't want to have to go to somebody and almost like whisper, I don't pay my bills, I've got problems. It kind of sucks. So you got to remember that and respect that situation. What's the next one?
Next one, the worst situation that they were in.
Yes. If you have a special finance prospect, they kind of worry about digging themselves deeper into the ground. They're worried that, now that they've got bad credit, by getting this new vehicle or this pre-owned vehicle from you, they're going to put themselves deeper because, A, they might not be able to afford the new payment because it's going to be higher interest rate, it might be more expensive. So by, getting a big payment, they might be in fear that they're going to just dig themselves a faster grave, yes? Also, that brings me back to the point of they fear that, again, they're going to just have a crazy high interest rate. Can you imagine that? That's like stupid tax. For me, like, you're getting charged extra because you've had a problem, you got a situation. So now they know that they have to pay more on the interest rate. You brought up something great about being upside down, is that they're worried, they fear that if they get this new or pre-owned vehicle from you, the dealership, that the vehicle is not worth what they're going to be paying for it during the time of ownership. Because they're paying extra, because they don't have a lot of options, they're at the mercy of the dealership. Think about how that feels, to be powerless and to know, you know what, man, I'm spending $500 a month on a Chevy, Malibu. A Chevy Malibu that's a 2006. And you're spending $500 a month for the next 60 months. It's crazy. They kind of fear this stuff. What else do we have?
Insurance.
Insurance. You had hit it off out of the park because of the insurance thing. People fear that they might not be able to afford the insurance, whether it's full coverage or whatever it's going to be. They're overextended already. So this is just a stressful type environment. Now you mentioned a couple things before, Miguel. What would you say?
About having to actually get someone to co-sign for them.
The co-signing. If you think about it, what's that like if you know that you can't get approved yourself, and the only way that you got a shot to turn around and get this vehicle is by getting a co-signer? It's like dreading like if you got in trouble at school and you had to tell your parents, you're going to walk really slow before you talk to your mom or dad. People are going to be stressed out and feel some kind of way if they've got to tell their family members, look, I'm really desperate, I've got really bad credit, I need help. I can't get a vehicle to get to work or get the kids to daycare unless you co-sign for me. So can you all appreciate there's a lot of things that people fear? How about this? Their fear, I mentioned this before, about what happens if they can't afford the payment as is. They're worried about the quality and integrity of the vehicle. Some people fear that, okay, what if this vehicle had an accident before? What if this vehicle doesn't have a warranty? What if this vehicle, am I getting a bigger problem? Am I buying a damaged vehicle because I've got bad credit? They're going to shove a negative vehicle on me. Or even if it's a good vehicle, and even if it comes with a 1,000 mile warranty or a 30-day warranty or something like that, what happens if there's something happens, and the vehicle gets a flat tire or something, they hit something, that people worry about all the money, time put into this. Bring me to time, their time itself is important. How long is this going to take? They might have to take off of work to be able to go look at a vehicle and get approved. They might push back, right? Can anybody add anything else? This is for you. Can anybody add money down? The down payment, yes. They might be able to swing the monthly payments, but what if they can't come up with X amount of dollars for the approval process? Okay, so money down. What else?
Fear of being turned down.
Fear of rejection. Fear of being turned down again and again and again. The fear of having to go to their family, their kids, their husbands, their wives, and saying, look, I'm sorry, I know it's embarrassing, but we can't get another vehicle. What else? Good. I want you to, don't stop yet, I want you all to watch this video again and remind yourselves from time to time how much pressure is on these people you're going to be dealing with. You guys are blessed. You've got over 2,000 leads. But unfortunately, these are not leads. These are real people. These are mothers. These are, fathers, their husbands, their wives, their sons, their daughters. These are people that have extenuating circumstances that are in their life, and they are about to buy, at the very least, the second largest item ever in their lifetime, and possibly the largest item they're ever going to buy in their lifetime. And on top of them having a negative situation, where they might even be, on top of having bad credit, they might even be upside down. They might even have a negative equity situation in their current vehicle. So these people could get double smacked. They could have bad credit and be upside down on their trade and be desperate and having life things going on. Now look, for the record, I'm not saying that you all are psychologists, therapists, or even credit counselors or anything like that. It's not your job to fix people's problems. It's not your job to make things go away, but it is your job to engage these people with respect, engage these people with one goal, is to try to help them, okay? And even if they cannot buy a vehicle, they should leave walking away feeling good about themselves. You know what? I met a good person. I met some good people Because you know what? One day they might be able to get that cosigner. Maybe one day they'll be able to save up enough money for that down payment. And you want them to come back to you. And I'll tell you something. The kick dog is usually one of the most loyal animals there are. Right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
So if you treat, I'm talking about not as you're kicking the dog for the record, I'm saying if you treat that abused animal the right way, and I'm not saying that credit people are animals, and I'm trying to give you an analogy of explanation. If you treat these people with kindness and respect, they will remember that, because I guarantee you, you all will be the minority. That's not what they're going to get. That's not what they're going to receive from the majority of people. And I'm not saying that everybody's going to be mean to them, but what might happen is they might not give them the time, the energy. How many times people are going to look at a credit app, well, they can't afford to pay attention, never mind buy a car. Right? I'm not going to waste my time. They pre-qual the credit app, and they're just like, they blow them off, poof, 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 poof. Give them time, give them respect, give them the attention, and try to help them. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes. 100%.
Does everybody commit to really trying to be respectful and helpful towards these people?
Yes.
Pan really quick so they can see, because if not, I got you a camera, people. Nah, I really feel comfortable. And with the way that the Lomans are, with their personal beliefs and their ethics or what have you, I'm really counting on you all to change the paradigm of the public for car dealerships, one prospect at a time.